Have you ever noticed that as the years go by, the little things you once brushed off start to matter more? The way you spend your mornings, the thoughts you let run through your mind, even the people you choose to spend your time with, all of it feels heavier, more important. That's because after 60, every choice either adds to your happiness and health, or quietly takes away from it. Retirement and the years that follow aren't just about slowing down. They're about deciding what deserves space in your life and what no longer serves you. Think about it this way. You've spent decades working, caring for others, and pushing through life's challenges. Now is the time to make room for peace, joy, and health. But here's the catch: holding on to old habits, outdated routines, and unnecessary burdens can block you from living the retirement you truly deserve. That's why today, we're talking about 9 things you need to stop doing after 60. Not because they make you a bad person, but because letting go of them opens the door to something better. Let's start with the first one. Stop ignoring your body. For too many of us, aches, pains, or fatigue just become part of aging. But here's the truth: your body is speaking to you, and it's asking for attention. Brushing off that stiffness in your knees or the shortness of breath you feel on a walk might seem harmless now, but those little signals are early warnings. And the earlier you listen, the easier it is to make changes that keep you strong, mobile, and independent. Taking a short daily walk, stretching in the morning, or finally making that doctor's appointment you've been putting off. These are not small things. They're investments in your future freedom. Don't accept discomfort as your new normal. Respect your body, because it's the only one you'll ever get. Now, here's the second thing to stop. Stop comparing yourself to others. It's tempting, isn't it? Looking at neighbors, old friends, or even people online and thinking they look younger, or they seem more active. But comparison is a thief of joy. Every life story is written differently, and no two journeys are the same. The truth is, you don't know the whole picture of someone else's health, happiness, or struggles. When you measure yourself against others, you rob yourself of the gratitude and pride you deserve for your own path. Instead, celebrate what your body and mind can still do today. Maybe you can play with your grandchildren, tend to a garden, or enjoy a good book in peace. Those are victories worth savoring. Let go of competition and embrace contentment. And that brings us to the third thing you need to stop. Stop holding on to toxic relationships. At this stage in life, peace of mind is priceless. If someone constantly drains your energy, belittles you, or brings more stress than joy, it's time to rethink how much space you allow them in your life. You've already proven your loyalty and kindness through decades of family, friendships, and community. Now, loyalty must also include loyalty to yourself. Protecting your emotional well-being isn't selfish, it's survival. Spend time with people who lift you up, who make you laugh, who listen and care. Life is too short to keep carrying the weight of someone else's negativity. So as you think about your own retirement journey, ask yourself, am I ignoring my body's needs? Am I comparing myself to others instead of appreciating my own path? Am I holding on to relationships that no longer bring me joy? These questions may be uncomfortable, but answering them honestly is the first step toward creating a retirement that feels lighter, healthier, and happier. When you start letting go of what doesn't serve you, whether it's ignoring your health, comparing yourself, or clinging to draining relationships, you begin to notice how much lighter life feels. But there are still other habits, often unnoticed, that quietly chip away at happiness and health in retirement. And sometimes they sneak in because they've been part of our routine for years. One of those habits is stop saying yes to everything. For decades, many of us got used to putting others first. We raised children, built careers, cared for aging parents, or said yes to every favor asked of us. But after 60, saying yes when you really want to say no can leave you exhausted and resentful. Retirement is not about being selfish. It's about learning how to protect your time and energy. Imagine the relief of politely declining invitations or responsibilities that no longer bring joy. Instead of filling your calendar with obligations, you free it up for activities that truly nourish your spirit, a painting class, a walk in nature, or simply a quiet afternoon with a good book. Learning to say no isn't about shutting people out, it's about letting yourself in. Another thing to stop doing is stop neglecting your financial peace of mind. Money may not buy happiness, but financial stress certainly robs it. Too often, people enter retirement still carrying debts, overspending out of habit, or ignoring the importance of budgeting. And while it may feel uncomfortable to face numbers, doing so brings freedom. This doesn't mean living in fear of every dollar spent. It means gaining clarity so you can actually enjoy your resources without worrying. A simple plan, like tracking your monthly expenses or cutting down on subscriptions you never use, can lift a huge weight from your shoulders. When you stop letting money control your emotions, you start living retirement with confidence and calm. And here's another habit to let go of. Stop avoiding new experiences. It's easy to fall into routines, doing the same things day after day, because they're comfortable. But comfort can quietly turn into stagnation. Just because you're over 60 doesn't mean you stop learning, growing, or trying new things. In fact, your brain thrives on novelty, new skills, new environments, new challenges. It might be as simple as cooking a dish from another culture, learning a few words of a new language, or joining a local club where you don't know anyone. Yet, these little risks keep your mind sharp and your spirit alive. Remember, the moment you stop being curious, life begins to shrink. Staying open to new experiences keeps retirement vibrant and full of possibility. So much of happiness in later years comes from what you choose not to carry anymore: the unnecessary yeses, the unspoken money worries, the fear of trying something new. Shedding these things doesn't make life perfect, but it makes it lighter, freer, and more joyful. The beautiful thing about retirement is that it gives you the freedom to choose the kind of life you want to live. But that freedom only feels real when you let go of the habits that weigh you down. We've already talked about ignoring your body, comparing yourself to others, holding on to toxic relationships, saying yes to everything, neglecting your finances, and avoiding new experiences. Now, let's bring it all together with a few final things you need to stop doing if you truly want to enjoy this stage of life. One of the biggest ones is stop living in the past. It's natural to look back on mistakes, regrets, or even the good old days that you wish you could relive. But spending too much time there robs you of the joy in front of you right now. Life after 60 is not about what's behind you. It's about what you still have the power to create today. Maybe you didn't take that trip you always dreamed of, or maybe you wish you had made different choices in your career or relationships. But every sunrise is a reminder that you still have time to make new memories, to love, to laugh, to experience something you've never tried before. The past is a chapter already written. The future is a page still waiting for your pen. Another thing to stop is stop putting off your happiness. So many people live with a mindset of someday I'll travel. Someday I'll try that hobby. Someday I'll spend more time with the people I love. But someday is dangerous because it often turns into never. At this stage of life, happiness isn't something to postpone. It's something to practice daily. Even the smallest joys count. A morning cup of tea on the porch, a phone call to a friend, a walk at sunset. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Create joy in the imperfect, everyday ones. And finally, stop underestimating yourself. Just because you're older doesn't mean you're done contributing, learning, or growing. Too many people assume life slows down after 60, that you should step aside and fade into the background. But you carry decades of wisdom, resilience, and experience that the world still needs. Whether it's mentoring younger generations, volunteering, sharing your story, or simply showing kindness in everyday interactions, you still matter. You still have purpose, And you still have the ability to shape not only your life, but the lives of those around you when you let go of the habits that no longer serve you, living in the past, delaying your happiness, underestimating yourself. You make space for something extraordinary, peace of mind, joy in the present, and a deep sense of purpose. Retirement is not an ending, it's a new beginning, a chance to live with freedom, choice, and intention. So as you move forward, remember this: happiness after 60 isn't about adding more to your life. It's about removing what no longer belongs. Every time you stop doing something that drains you, you make room for something that fills you. And those small changes add up to a life that feels richer, lighter, and far more fulfilling. If you found this helpful, share your thoughts in the comments. What's one habit you're ready to let go of? And if you'd like more uplifting and practical advice for living your best life after 60, make sure to like this video and subscribe. You deserve a retirement filled with health, joy, and peace. Here's to living your best life at any age, because the happiest years can still be ahead of you.